The most powerful source of energy ever discovered is hiding inside the smallest thing in nature. That isn't a metaphor, it's just physics, and the story of how we found it begins with a man standing at a traffic light, unable to cross the road. Let us go back to history. September 12th, 1933. His name is Leó Szilárd. He's Hungarian, 35 years old, and by any professional measure, he is nobody. No job, no laboratory, no funding. He is living in a London hotel on his savings, taking long baths and reading physics papers, and he has roughly a year of money left. That morning, he read something in the newspaper that annoyed him. One of the greatest physicists alive had just given a lecture dismissing the whole idea of ever getting real power out of atoms. His word for it was moonshine. Szilard doesn't argue with the paper. He goes for a walk. And at the corner where Southampton Row meets Russell Square, a red light stops him. He stands there. The light turns green. He steps off the curb. And in that step, his own words, years later, it occurs to him, if you could find an element that gave off 2 neutrons for everyone it absorbed, then enough of it in one place could sustain a chain reaction. That's it. That's the whole idea. A man with no lab has just imagined the atomic age between one curb and the other. 9 years later, under a squash court in Chicago, it works on the first attempt. 3 years after that, on the 6th of August 1945, a bomb detonates over Hiroshima. It carries 64 kilograms of uranium. Less than 1 kilogram of that actually splits. And of that, roughly 0.7 grams of matter becomes pure energy. 0.7 grams, lighter than a paperclip, about the weight of a butterfly, and most of a city was gone. Tens of thousands of people died in seconds. The physics is neutral, the history is not. I'm not borrowing the horror here, I'm borrowing the scale, because that number contains something about you. Because people say one atom destroyed a city, it didn't. One atom splitting releases about as much energy as a grain of sand shifting. Nothing. You'd never feel it in your palm. What one atom does is split and throw off 2 or 3 neutrons. Each one hits another atom, which throws off more. Roughly 80 doublings in less than a millionth of a second. The atom didn't destroy the city. The atom started. The chain did the rest. And here's the part that should make you sit up. Below a certain threshold, critical mass, you can have the identical material, identical physics, and absolutely nothing happens. The neutrons escape before they hit anything. Same uranium, 0 reaction. Now think about the thing you've been meaning to do for 11 days. You're not short of energy. You answered 40 messages today. You fixed someone else's problem at 9 at night. The energy is obviously there. It just has no path out. What you're missing is a first unit small enough to actually go off. When I was writing my book, The Second Life, the hardest part of the whole book was the first line. Not the research, not the ending. The first line, because everything after it has something to hold on to. Same with a full sink. Unbearable to look at, but nobody has ever failed to pick up one dish, and almost nobody stops at one. The dish was never the point. The dish is the neutron. And if that sounds familiar, it should, because one of the best-selling books of our lifetime is built on exactly this physics, and almost everyone misreads the title, Atomic Habits. Most people hear atomic and think tiny. James Clear opens the book with a dictionary page saying something else entirely. Atomic, an extremely small amount of a thing, the single irreducible unit of a larger system, and a source of immense energy. All three at once. That's not wordplay. That's a description of uranium. His picture of it is an ice cube in a cold room. 25 degrees, 26, 27. You keep warming the room and the ice does absolutely nothing. 28, 30, 31. Nothing, nothing, nothing. 32, and it melts. That is critical mass, sitting on a kitchen table. Every degree was working. None of them were visible. A quick honesty note, because we do that here. The famous 1% better every day makes you 37 times better in a year is arithmetic, not measurement. Human beings don't compound like a bank account. The number is a story. The shape of it is real. Our parents' constraint was capacity. Not enough information, not enough tools, not enough access. Ours is the opposite problem. We are drowning in capacity. You can generate the entire deck in 90 seconds now. Everyone on your floor has the same subscription you do, so watch what's actually scarce in an office in 2026. Not skill, not information, not even talent, the person who begins. Six weeks of alignment calls, 4 tools bought, 3 frameworks chosen, not one customer spoken to. That isn't strategy, that's a subcritical mass. Everything is present, nothing is reacting. And if you're in your 20s, the trap is worse, because planning feels like progress. The tracker, the template, the course bought at 1 in the morning, real effort, genuinely, releasing nothing. You can spend a year at 99% of critical mass, and 99% of a chain reaction is indistinguishable from zero. Meanwhile, there's a psychology finding worth knowing, the famous one that your brain nags you about unfinished tasks, actually collapsed in a 2025 meta-analysis. No reliable effect, but its forgotten sibling survived. Given the chance, around 2/3 of people spontaneously return to something they'd already begun. So the nagging is a myth, the returning is real. You don't have to finish, you have to start, and then be the kind of person who wanders back. Which brings me back to the man at the traffic light, because there's an ending to his story that almost nobody knows. On the 17th of July 1945, 3 weeks before Hiroshima, Leó Szilárd sits down and writes a petition to the President of the United States, begging him not to use the weapon without warning Japan first. 70 of his fellow scientists sign it. It never reaches the President. It stays classified until 1961. 12 years earlier, this man stepped off a curb in the rain. He spent the rest of his life trying to stop what that single step began. He eventually left physics altogether and went into biology. Beat, let it sit. So take the lesson properly, not the comfortable half of it. A chain reaction does not ask your permission once it's running, which means the smallest repeated thing in your life is compounding right now, whether or not you chose it. The 2 minutes of reading and the scroll at 11 at night, both of them are neutrons. Both of them are doubling. Neither of them looks like anything today. The most powerful energy source we have ever found sat inside the smallest thing in nature, doing nothing at all for 4.5 billion years, until one of them split and the next one happened to be close enough to catch it. 0.7 grams, 1 neutron, 1 dish, 1 green light, and 1 step off the curb. If everything you did today doubled every day for a year, would you want to be standing next to the result? Tell me in the comments, 1 small thing you're going to stop and 1 you're going to start tonight, not the plan. The first unit. Wisdom Bridge Life team is trying to build life connections within and beyond. Stay tuned for more such videos.